Okay, so straight line graphs. I'm going to formalize finding the gradient today. So hit pause, copy the lesson objective down. Once you've done that, hit play. We'll move on to the starter. Okay, so here's your starter. Hit pause, have a go at all three questions. Once you've done that, hit play, and we'll go through it. Right, so question 1. What's the multiplier for a 34% increase? So it's going up in value. We always start at 100%. We add 34, that takes us up to 134%, which as a decimal is 1.34. Question 2, round 0.00589 to one significant figure. So one significant figure. So the first non-zero term is 5, so we put our line here. Does the 8 affect the 5? Yes, it does. So that's going to be approximately equal to 0.006. So we're looking for the first non-zero term when we've got a decimal. Okay. Question 3, tax. Personal allowance 11,500, 20% on the first 33,500 of taxable income, and then 40% if it's greater than that. So we'll draw our little bar and we start to put amounts in there. So personal allowance 11,500, and that's tax free, so that's at 0%. And then we're going up to 35,000, and the first 33,500 of taxable income is at 20%, but we won't be getting up to that amount. So if we do 35,000 and we take away 11,500, we're left with 23,500. So our total amount of 35,000 leaves us with 23,500, which is taxable, and that's at 20%. And we haven't got any more income here at 40%. Okay. So 0%, so we've got 0 amount of tax here. 20% of 23,500, or 0.2 times 23,500 is equal to 4,700. So that's our tax then. Okay, good. So hit pause. Copy the, mark your solutions. Copy any corrections that you need, and then rag your work. Okay. Okay, so y equals mx plus c. We're going to formalize finding the gradient today. Now typically we've been finding the gradient by using the rise over the run. What we're going to do today is find a formula that can help us find the gradient between any 2 points. Okay. So if we have 2 points on the line, any 2 points, let's call the first one x1, y1. We'll just underline that. And the second one x2, y2. If we mark them on our graph here, that's the first point, x1, y1, and the second one, x2, y2. Now to find the gradient, we look for the rise divided by the run. Okay. Now this distance here, which we call the run, is the difference between x2 and x1. And the distance here is the difference between y2 and y1. And the rise over the run, or the gradient, is given by m, which is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that's the formula, or the general form we're going to use today. So our gradient, m, is given by y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. What I want you to do now is to make some notes and write the formula. I think it's worth drawing the graph, if you can, showing where y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1 come from. Okay, so hit pause, make your notes. Once you've done that, hit play, and we'll look at an example. Okay, so let's have a look at this example here. Calculate the gradient of the line which passes through minus 2, 7 and 4, 5. Now it doesn't matter which you call, we're not going to sketch the graph, so it doesn't matter which one you call x1, y1 and x2, y2. So let's have x1, y1, and let's say that's equal to the first one there, minus 2, 7. And then x2, x2, y2, and that's going to be equal to 4, 5. Okay. Now our formula for the gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that's going to be equal to, so do the y values first. So we've got 5 minus 7 divided by 4 minus minus 2, which is equal to minus 2 divided by 6, which is equal to minus a third. Okay. So hit pause, copy the example down. Once you've done that, hit play, and we'll look at a further example. Right, here we've got a different type of example. It says the line joining 2 and minus 5 to 4a has a gradient of minus 1. Calculate the value of a. Right, so same sort of thing again. Let's say x1 and y1. We'll say they're equal to 2 minus 5. And then x2, y2 equals 4 and a. I've got to find out what a is, and the gradient is equal to minus 1. So we have our formula, m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So that means if we sub for all the values we've got, the gradient is minus 1. That's going to be equal to y2 minus y1. So it's going to be a minus minus 5 divided by x2 minus x1, 4 minus 2. Let's simplify. So that's minus 1 is equal to a plus 5 divided by 2. Okay. So the 2's divide on this side. So we're going to make it multiply on the other side of the equation. Okay. Comes a multiplication on this side. So 2 times minus 1 gives us minus 2. Oops. I've got to change pen there. Just change it back to red. That's better. Right, so 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, which is equal to a plus 5. Let's get the a on its own. We've got a plus 5 on this side, so we subtract 5 on the other side. So it's minus 2 minus 5 is equal to a, which means that a is equal to minus 7. Okay, so hit pause. Copy the example down. Once you've done that, hit play, and I've got a couple of questions for you. Okay, so you're going to be working through exercise 5A for me. There's no need to do all of these questions. So what you need to do is just do the questions on the left hand side. So A, D, G, J and M. Once you've done those, turn the page and then you can work through these worded questions then. Okay, good luck.